Hey, where you been? You ready for the mathematics? Okay, we're doing our general ledger sheet. Now, we're looking at September 7th, September 9th, September 15th, September 19th, September 23rd, September 27th, September 30th, and October 3rd. And I'm saying it like this because this is my illustrated dates. You have your own for every 2 weeks. Now, your 45 and your 65. We got September 7th, we got $45. We're equal to 45 because that's all we got. Then September 9th, we added another 65 and we got $110. Now, September 15th, we added another $45 and we got $55 in our balance because we started off with 45. We add the 45 from the top of the balance sheet, but that's what we have, and we add what we add in addition, which is a 65, which we credited. And once we credited our 65, we add our 45 and our 65, and it becomes 110. Now that 110, you're going to add your next number to. That's September 15th. You add that $45. That's $155. Now, you add $155. Now you're going to add what? $65 to that. September 19th, you add 65, you add $220. Now, we add $220. We're going to add what? We're doing 45 one day during the week and 65 the other, which should add up to 110 in total. But this is an illustration of a ledger, so it's totally different. Do not get confused. That's why I'm telling you. That's why I have the 45 and the 65, because within the week we saving what? $45.65. And to those who have not accomplished the goal, do not worry. We're all going through. Sometimes you got a special need, a special purpose, and that 2 penny, that 3 penny, that dollar, that $5 amounts to a whole lot more. So do not be weary. We're going to the 3rd month. That's later on, but now this is the 2nd. So I'm going to teach you also how to finish and finalize your balance sheet to get it correctly. So now we're at September 19th. We had $65, right? Okay, now we're at $155. Don't forget September 15th. Now, we're going back to the 19th because we don't want no interruptions. So September 19th, we add $65. We had $220. So we had $220 for that week. That's 2 weeks that went by. We're in September. Don't forget, this is our 2nd month of savings. I don't care if you have a penny in savings. Stay with me because I got some logistics of financial means that's going to get you to where you got to be. But you got to stay with me. You got to stay with me through it all, the ups and the downs, because the ups are the best times. Now, September 23rd we're going to, right? We add 45. 45 to that 220 will be what? 265. Then we're going to September 27th. This is my illustrated dates. You have yours. I have added 65. 65 to my 265 will be how much? 330. Now we at 330. Now September 30th is another date. We're going to add $45. That is $375. $375 amounts to what? I want you to figure it out. What are we adding? We adding the 330 and what? The 45. 375. I want you to think as I tell you, because I'm going to give you a time which you're going to do it yourself. Now, you got 1 more month. I'm going to be with you, and I'm going to come back, and I want you to show me what you can do, the questions and answers, and let me know whether you're getting it or you're not. Now, September 30th, right? We add 45. We got what? 45 to that. Okay. To that 330, 375. October 3rd, $65. We have $440. That's what we wanted for the month. We wanted $440 for the month. Now, after this, I got another video because we supposed to put our balancing from last month. How do you correct the balance in your general ledger balance sheet? It's the easiest sheet I can get for any beginners. It's the easiest sheet because it's a generalized sheet that anybody can use. So stay with me. If you got 2 cents, do not be embarrassed. Please write it down. You're not the only one. I got people telling me all I got is 2, 3 cents. You are not the only one. Do not give up. You cannot give up at total loss. I know you can find a penny or two out here. I've been finding money. Trust me, one day I found so much change I didn't know what to do. So I know you can do it. Stay with me. Stay Powerball up. Okay, this is our second one. We're still on our general balance. We need to balance. We need generally balance. So what is it? General ledger sheet. Okay. So now we're at October 3rd. So what you're going to do, if you look at the sheet, you see August 30th, and you see a reference post. This is where you're going to use your reference post, because don't forget, the reference post is a promise. So we promised that we were going to put our first month that we saved for $440 into this balance sheet so we can keep this going and we have no interruptions after that. Now you know how to add after every month. Once you add this balance, you should be great and continuing balancing your money. There should be no issues. So we're adding that $440. So now you see August 3rd, you see a reference post. In that reference post, you're going to put October 3rd because we're still doing October 3rd. We got our 440. So we're doing August 3rd. We're doing October 3rd, which is that post date because that's the day we're on. And then we're going to put 440. And once you do that, go back under it. Bring your October 3rd back in front of that. And then post reference date October 3rd because this is a whole new month you're going into. We're going to start on the what? We're working towards 1,200. That's what we're working towards. If you got 5 cents saved, stay with me. Do not be embarrassed. Then we got October 3rd. Don't forget. Then you're going to put 880 because 440 and 440 adds up to how much? 880. Once you add the 440 plus the 440, you have $880 saved. We're going to go to 1,200 saved. Okay? In 3 months, plus that $10 additional, that's what's going to save you in your taxes. Your taxes just 8%. I'm giving you 110 off of what? Every 100 saved is $10, right? That's why it's 440. That extra 10 is that 10% for each 100 that will go for your taxes. That 2% stays in your pocket. So it's going to be a blessed year for many. Do not be ashamed of those around you who may not make it, even myself, in another direction, because wherever there's growth, growth is somewhere else. Growth may be to extend growth, and then when you come back to growth, you've grown. But growing money is nothing negative for me. So we're back at October 3rd, and October 3rd, you're going to post date $880. Now, once you post date your $880, that's where we at. We at October 3rd. You done made it to the 8th week. I'm taking you to the 8th week because I want you to be in tune when I come back to you to know what you have to do. And I'm going to make sure I make a financial video on that also. Then we're going to go to our next week, October 7th. I have an illustration for you. Then we got $45. If I add $45 to that 880, because now we're not going to have to add any more 400 in it because all our money's are right here on this balance ledger sheet. General ledger balance. You did it. Get yourself a clap. Give yourself a clap. You did it. Yes, you did. October, we're going to add $45 more. 45 to the 880 is going to be what? $925. $925. Doesn't that sound good? Now, after 925, you're going to add how much? You're going to add October 9th. And October 9th, you're going to add 65. That's 990. That's where you need to be, at 990. We need to catch up to 1,200 or a little more. I promise you 1,200, but it may be a little more because of the distance that we're going with the extra 10. But the idea was to get you past 1,200, Okay? Until next time. If you got a penny saved, that's 3 pennies. 3 pennies you never saved. How many of you had extra monies, but you have a zero bank account? Keep that money in there. Keep that money in there. Because you fluster, guess what? With the person who's motivating you, who's monitoring you, who what? Who mentors, especially when it comes to saving. I'm blessed so many. It's time for you to be blessed.